Good morning, everyone. Come on in. We're going to give just a second for everyone to come in and join us this morning. For those of you who might be watching us on the replay, thanks so much for coming and checking us out. Whether you are on Periscope, Buffy's Toolbox group on Facebook, or if you are on YouTube. Thanks so much for coming and checking us out. How's everyone doing this morning? I got to do some fine tuning here. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so today is our Wisdom Wednesday. And don't forget, if you are on the Toolbox group and you'd like to join us on Periscope, you're welcome to. However, I think I have it figured out enough now that I can do it in both places. So we should be good there for anyone who might not be able to follow on Periscope or on the Toolbox group for some reason. Then we also have YouTube. So hopefully that works well. Thank you, Shannon, for joining us last night. So last night we had a mock Facebook show last night on the Buffy's Toolbox group. So that was definitely interesting. We were having a little bit of technical difficulties, but what are you going to do? Now, Shannon, I will say, if you happen to notice on the Buffy's Toolbox group, you see the full length here? Yeah, this is using my phone instead of the tablet. So I think that might be the difference. Good morning from Florida. Where's everybody coming from? Good morning from Ukraine. Oh my goodness. Wonderful. Okay. All right. So this morning, there's Miss Myra. How you doing, girl? All right. From Texas. Love it. All right. So I have just a couple quick little things to share with you. Oh, Terry, thank you so much. Terry said the Facebook show, the mock Facebook show was great. Yay, thank you. I'm great, Myra. Thank you so much for asking. Glad to hear that you're doing well. All right, so I have just a couple of quick things to share with you this morning. And this is a statistic that I've heard Gary Good share before. And every time I hear it, I go, not going to be this girl. Okay. So do you know that 99% of the people who attend trainings will go home and change absolutely nothing? And the next month, chances are their business is in the exact same place. All right. That is not, I don't want to be a part of that 99%. Okay. So how many of you, if you're willing to admit to this, how many of you would be able to say that you don't change as much as you should from each training that you go and learn from? If you would be willing to admit that, put a me in the comment stream. If you would be willing to admit that you go to these trainings, you hear all this fabulous stuff, and then you go home and you change hardly nothing. If that's you, put a me in the comment stream. Thank you so much for that. The lipstick, by the way, it's a cinnamon liner from Mary Kay, and it's Plumalicious from Revlon. I'm starting to remember the name of it because everybody keeps asking about it. Okay. All right. So we do have some people out there who are willing to admit this. Now, here's the thing. That's only okay to do that if you are satisfied with where your business currently is. Okay? So, of those of you who said me, that you go to trainings or you listen to me on Periscope or you do whatever and you still are changing nothing in your business, is your business exactly where you want it to be? And if so, put yes in the box. If not, put no, just so that I get an idea as to who's willing to admit that perhaps they're not changing, but yet their business isn't where they want it to be. Okay. All right. We have some over here on the Buffy's Toolbox. Anybody in Periscope? Okay. Glad to hear that, Myra. Jenny. Okay. Great. All right. So here's what I want to ask. And I would love, this is not rhetorical. I would love for y'all to answer this question. If your business is not where you want it to be, yet you are not changing the things that, oh, guess what? By the way, this isn't going to be on YouTube because I just realized that even though I thought I pushed the button, evidently I didn't. So I don't know that it will be on YouTube. Sorry, y'all. All right. Sorry, I didn't realize it until my laptop just suddenly went black. I'm like, wait a second. That's supposed to be recording. Okay. So I'm sorry. Let me get back to that. All right. So for those of you who it is not, your business isn't where you want it to be, and you go to trainings, yet you come home and you rarely change anything and your business still is not where you want it to be, tell me in the comment stream why. Like, what is holding you back from making those changes? And I want you to be really honest with yourself right now and truly think about this. All right? Truly think about why you are not changing what needs to be changed. All right, so Terry says her problem is she changes too much and then doesn't stay consistent. Another one here says, I'm lazy. Listen, girl, if that's a girl, I can't see. I'm sorry, I couldn't see the name. I said that a little too quick and then went, wait a second, I didn't see the name before I said that. Okay, so here's the thing. If you're willing to admit that, that is awesome. That also means, okay, I thought so. Sweetie, I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on, so I couldn't see. All I could see was a couple numbers at the end of the name. Tell me what your actual name is, just so that I can call you by your name rather than your handle. It might take me a couple times to remember what your name is, but I want to be able to do that. Okay, so is that Irene? Would I be saying that right? Or Irene? Is it the first or the second? That's a different name. I like that, though. Oh, it said as Aaron? I love that. Just a different spelling, right? Aaron. How many times do people get that wrong? I would just be curious. Okay. All right. So we had one who said, we had Aaron who said that she's just point blank lazy. Okay. We had Terry who said she tries to change too much and then can't stay consistent. Anyone else have any other reasons? I would just be curious to see if there's any other reasons out there that we're not kind of touching on here. So any other reasons as to why you don't, use some of the things that you're learning at training to come home and make a change in your business? Myra says have too much on her plate. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Y'all being quiet over in the toolbox group. All right. Okay, so here's the thing. There's a couple of different things that you want to look at. So despite the amount of time that you have, okay, because listen, we could all say we're busy because we are. We are a society that is constantly busy. We are constantly busy doing things. But one of the things that you want to ask yourself is, are you busy doing the right things? Are you busy doing the things that are going to lead you to a better business tomorrow? Or is what you're doing simply wasting time and is not even productive for you? It's not even producing for you the kind of changes that you need in your business. Not to mention, once you change things and you have a certain system, okay? Y'all, let me tell you, there was a point in time where I certainly never thought that I would be having, let me just look at my book. Let me look at my book, okay? Let's see what we had for this month. All right. Never in my life did I think I would have 1, 2, 3, 4 home shows in 5 home shows in 1 month plus 2 in-person training shows, 2 Facebook training shows, and 3 Facebook shows for regular hostesses. Plus, that's after 4 had to reschedule. Okay? That's still what we had left. All right? But then on top of that, y'all listen, I have Bible class every Wednesday night, so Wednesdays are totally out. I have trainings that I do here. The first Sunday of every month, I have trainings that I do up in Pennsylvania. The third Monday of every month, I have trainings in Wilmington that I go to. The fourth Tuesday of every month, I have small group 2 times per month. On the second and fourth Sundays of every month, I have. Okay, do you see what I'm saying? We can all sit here and say we're busy. We are busy. We are a busy society. That's just what it is. But again, are you doing the right things? Are you doing the things that are going to lead you to a better business tomorrow? Or are you simply wasting time and just turning the wheels and not really getting anywhere? Does that make sense? I pray that makes sense to y'all. Good morning, Anita. So I pray that makes sense to y'all. Okay. All right. So then there was 3 other little things that were shared along with that, which is when it comes to perseverance, perseverance will curb laziness. Don't quit when things get tough, okay? And it's very easy to do that. It's very easy to just be like, you know what? It's tough. I'm done. I'm out of here. Y'all know I tried to do that back in 2013, and the good Lord said, oh, no, thank you, ma'am. That's not happening, okay? So don't quit just because things get tough, because chances are it's getting tough because the devil is trying to get in your way. He's trying to create doubt. He's trying to create fears because you are getting ready to be blessed beyond all measure. And if you quit, you've allowed him to win. It's just what it is. Okay? All right. The other thing is patience. Having patience for your business to become what it needs to be and for your business to become what it can. All right. So here's the thing. We tend to want things right now. And if it isn't happening right now, then it's a little difficult. I was just watching Francine Ivy. She was also talking about facing the giant or giants in your life. Yes. Okay. So here's the thing. When you are waiting for your business to get to where it needs to be, you need to have joy with where it is currently. Does that make sense? Okay. So often people get so frustrated that it's like, well, look, I'm doing all the right things. So maybe you are going to trainings and maybe you are doing all the things necessary, but your business still is not where you want it to be. Have patience and enjoy the journey of exactly where you are until God sees fit to put you further ahead. Okay? But you can't get further ahead if you're not continuing to work, if you're not being consistent in doing the things that you should be doing to be able to build a business. All right? So it's not just, well, I'm just going to sit back here and just wait for the Lord to do something. No, y'all, we got to work. We have to. If we don't get out there and work, it's not going to happen. All right? So we have to make sure that we are doing that. We have to make sure that we are getting out there and working. But that while we are in this season of perhaps not having as much business as we'd like, that we are still giving ourselves the opportunity to be joyful in that season, that we are still enjoying the journey. Okay? Because can I just be real with y'all for a minute? If you are not enjoying your business and you are not showing joy in your business, you are not going to sponsor anybody. You just won't. Because if you are not joyful in your business, no matter what that's at, no matter what level you're at, if you're not joyful right where you are not going to sponsor anybody into the business. And if you do, it's just going to be by the grace of God that that happened. Okay? When you can be joyful about your business, about exactly where it's at, that excitement will be contagious and people will want to be a part of it. But if you are like, I'm still not where I want to be, you know, these shows, they just keep dropping. And, you know, well, they have these trainings, but I mean, it just takes so much time. And I just don't have time to work my business the way that I want to. I just don't have the time to be able to make, girl, you ain't going to sponsor nobody. You're just not. Who wants to be like, okay, hey, sign me up for that? No, they're not. It's not going to happen. Okay. So if you are not able to show the joy in the season of where you are, I don't care if it is nothing more than you currently have a jeweler number, and that is all you have. Maybe you don't have any shows on your calendar. Maybe you don't have a downline. Maybe you don't have anybody, even prospects. That's okay. If you can't be joyful for the fact that you have a jeweler number, which means you can get out there and work. You can get out there and sell jewelry in 50 states and Puerto Rico. You can get out there and share about Premier. You can feel good about the company that you work with. And if y'all don't know Premier the way that I know Premier, you better go find out. Okay? Because Premier is an amazing company. And if you have not fallen completely in love with this company and you are simply here for the profit, you need to go learn some more about Premier. Because when you do, you will find a passion and a fire in your belly that nobody can squander. I mean, it just, I can't even express to you how incredible this company is, how incredible the purpose and the philosophy and the plan are, how amazing everything that they do is. And knowing the fact that everything that they do is done for us. Okay, it is done with us in mind, and they don't change or do anything without much prayer and consideration of what it's going to mean for us in the field. That is not something you get at any other company. It just isn't. Every other company is out for the bottom line. Every other company is out for what is it going to do for them. Okay, y'all, real quick. I don't know why I'm being led to touch on this, but I am. So here's something I want you to understand. And I'm not going to mention names, but are y'all aware that there was a jewelry company who got rid of all their consultants, said they were shutting down the doors? It is years later. They never shut down their doors. They simply got rid of the consultants. They are still currently selling jewelry direct through their website. And they took the customer contact information and have been continuing to stay in touch with the customers of those consultants to attempt to sell jewelry to them directly. That is a company that did not care about their consultants. That is a company who only cared about the bottom line. That is a company who only cared about the kind of money that they could make. Y'all don't work for that company, okay? You work for an amazing company, and you better figure out how awesome they are, because that is how you're going to be able to have joy in the fact of just having a jeweler number, okay? But you cannot truly know the heart of Premier if you're not going to trainings, if you're not going to rallies, if you're not reading the oh my word, I totally just lost my train of thought there. The Reflections of Andy Horner, the Keep It Personal book by Joan Horner, if the Gems from Joan, if you're not reading those things and being involved in what Premier has to offer, you do not truly, you haven't seen the heart of Premier yet, because you haven't witnessed it yet. If you haven't read By Chance or By Design, go read it. Okay? It came, chances are you got it in your little startup kit. Okay? So if you have not yet read it, read it. Find out about all these different things that Premier is doing so that you understand why you should be joyful and even just having a jeweler number and having that potential. Because if you can be excited about that, then you can get others excited about that. And only until you're able to do that, you're going to have a tough time sponsoring. Because nobody wants to come in thinking, well, I'm going to be miserable until I reach senior leader. It's just not even going to be worth it until I reach senior leader. Okay? Or it's not even going to be worth it until I hit designer. She's just, it's just miserable. No, it's not. Enjoy every single moment and every step of the way. Okay? All right. And then the other thing that I want to share is if you never fail, you're not doing nearly enough and you're not doing much at all. Because if you're not failing, it means that you're not trying anything, and you're certainly not trying anything new. You're not trying anything of much innovation. Okay? So you have to be willing to fail in order to be able to succeed. You can't. What's the saying? There's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Like, it's, you don't just get to go from here to here in that short of time. Jenny says you have to be happy where you are while on your way to where you're going. Exactly. Yes. Okay. It's truly something that we need to make sure that we are presenting that joy, and that we're presenting that kind of gumption, that kind of excitement, that kind of boldness. Okay. And if we're not doing those things, then chances are we're not going to change much of anything in our business, regardless of how many trainings we have, regardless of how many trainings we listen to, regardless of how many we attend. Listen, if something's not working in your business, you got to change it. If it's working, don't change it. You don't need to change everything. You just need to change the things that aren't working well. Okay? And if you don't know what isn't working well, all right, well then take one thing, change that this month. And if it doesn't work, or if it seems to get better, then okay, that might have been the thing that was going to be the holdup for you. Does that make sense? I pray it does. All right. That is what I have for y'all today. I don't want to hold you up any longer. I'm going to let you guys scooch. But I so appreciate it. Tomorrow is our Truth Be Told Thursday. Get those questions ready. I want y'all to have those questions ready to go. So Truth Be Told Thursday is where you're going to have an opportunity to ask me questions about the who, what, where, when, how, why of what I do in my business. Okay. You're so welcome, Erin. So that's of what I do in my business. So maybe there's a certain area of your business that you're kind of struggling with, or maybe you just need some new ideas. Maybe you just need some fresh verbiage, whatever. What does my shirt say? It says some kind of wonderful. And I picked this up at my favorite store, Cato, for just $7.99. So yes, I love me some Cato. Love me some Cato. So anyway, you're welcome, Carrie. So that's what's going to be tomorrow. So make sure you get those questions ready, so that when we get started now, for those of you who have been a part of our Truth Be Told Thursdays before, it's going to be just a little bit different than what it has been before. We're going to have a slightly different format, but we're still going to have a good probably 15-20 minutes worth of question time. Okay, but there's going to be something else thrown in there a little at the beginning. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what. You'll just have to wait and see. So, awesome. So thank you all so very much for being here. Thank you. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here to serve you all. And I just pray many blessings over your day, over your business, and over your life. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thank you.